Hi, so here are some tips in Max. Again, make sure you're watching the first video to kind of get more step-by-step, but I understand that sometimes it can be really difficult to know how to translate it into Max. But the same thing here. Our top controller is the squash and stretch. You can add even further detail in the middle here. And then this bottom one controls the actual position of the whole model. So you can set up, whatever you want. We can just start with position here. Our first frame to be, and then you want to hit K for key. And you can see here, I get this 3 red, green, and blue. That means all of my properties have been keyed. This is called set key mode. You can also turn on set key, and you can hit this button here to set your key, and you can see here it says K. So we can move forward. Probably not going to focus that far. We'll go over here, move your ball over here, and you can push this button or hit K on your keyboard. Then I can go back and kind of, in between. So I want this to go up in space, and then you can hit K. Auto key allows you to, anytime you move any of the pieces, it automatically sets a key for you. Some people love it because you don't have to worry about hitting K every time. But just make sure that every movement that you're making is deliberate, because it's going to key it whether you want it to or not anytime you move something. So we've got our movement here. And then, after, let's say I want to add some squash and stretch. Well, don't forget that these are their own timelines. So you can see I don't have any keys here. So I might want to go back to 25, hit K, and then I can move forward to add some squash. Because we want to make sure that it actually hits the ground and then squashes down. In Max, you can click and let go and see which key you have selected, and I can move it. You can also right mouse click and delete. And you can see these are all the different things that I've actually keyed. Alright. So we've got that. You can turn off set key mode when you're done animating. If you want to look at any of the properties, there's this time configuration button at the bottom here. So we can put it on custom, do 24 frames per second. We'll deal only in real time here. And then we can change, I'm only going to do let's say 30 frames here. Oops, did not mean to hit cancel. Now, because I already animated in 24 and dealing with high number, you can rescale the time, but I don't need to for this. We can always hit play, see it in action. It's pretty slow. I can click and drag over keys to move them. And then I need to adjust my keys over here as well. All right. So then, once you get everything set how you would like it, just do 22 so we can see. You'll have more than 22 frames because I want to see a nice complete bounce, preferably more than one just hitting the ground. Then you're going to go up here to Tools, and then Preview, grab Viewport, and then Create Preview Animation. This has Active Time Segment, which is this whole part. If you didn't, you can always do Custom Range to select just a part of what you're doing. This you can select what to display in the preview. We won't really need particle systems or bone objects for this. Playback frames per second, 24. I'm going to do 100% of output. This just means, do you want it to be the size that you've set the render to be? So I have 1280 by 720. Or do you want to do it smaller so that it renders faster? Preview style, I tend to go for high quality, default shading, and then you can always click to put where you want to put it and give it a name. Hit save. Yeah, I want the quality up. And then you can go to create. Now by default, we don't have a texture on here, so it's giving me, we have the checkerboard texture on here. We don't have an original texture. So there you are. So it's putting that on. Okay? So let me know if you have any additional questions, and I will talk to you all soon.